here, I just wanted to get y'all some clips, short clips of me picking these. These are scuppernons, and we picked about a couple of gallons the other day. Let them ripen up some more. I come back down here and I'm repicking, and this is probably all I'm gonna pick. These are actually down here. We planted these vines years and years ago. They're real close to my neighbors, and I'll let her pick the rest whenever I get what we want to make jelly out of. But they kind of hard. You really need to be on the inside where you can see out to find them. It's loaded down, but there's a lot of briars. Some breed of smilax, I don't know exactly which one, it's growing all in here, and I have cut a bunch of it out, but I have since discovered what I'm gonna have to do, obviously, is dig the root up. So I'm down here just to picking away, just to enjoying. There's a cool breeze blowing. It is not hot. It is not fall yet by no means. I mean, it ain't the weather I like. But this is about the only fruit we're gonna get to make jelly out of. And this scuppernons, I'd really rather have them than the purple ones. These two vines here. The other vine is, look right here. You see them hanging all right in there? I mean, they all under there. You can't see them because of the leaves, but just handfuls of them. These are better than the purple ones to me, the muscadines. But everybody has their own personal preference. I mean, some people like the other better, and that's totally understandable. It ain't that one's better than the other. I just like these better. They just have a different, sweeter taste to me. So anyway, well, I dropped that down in the grass. There it is. Boy, that's a big one, look. Man. Like Brody when he picks them. Eat more and goes what in a bucket. Well, anyway, let me let y'all go and get the rest of these picked. I'll show you how many I got in a minute. Y'all see them leaves moving. Y'all just can't imagine how good that feels right now. Oh, I have got probably a gallon and a half, maybe 2 gallons, and I've already got about that many, and that is probably all we need for what jelly we're gonna make, or that she wants to make, or we could make a pile. But I said I'm picking these for my breakfast. Not my breakfast today though. So anyway, I'm fixing to walk up here. I'm gonna quit, and the neighbor lady, she can pick the rest of them. I'm done with them. No need of being greedy. Hey y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. It's a beautiful day right here in Mississippi today. Got my muscadines picked. Put them in the refrigerator. I'm gonna let them ripen on up before we actually make jelly or jam or whatever it winds up being out of them. I'm not real picky about that kind of stuff. And I don't really technically know the difference. I think one of them has just jelly, and then the jam, I think, has pieces of the fruit and all in it. Nah, I'm not that picky. I can eat either one as long as I got something to smear on one of them big cat head biscuits. I'm good. I just wanted to make a video. It's beautiful outside. The weather is a break in the heat. It is not cool by any means, but it is very pleasant. It's like 88 degrees, 87, I don't know exactly, I hadn't looked. But it is beautiful weather here in central Mississippi. Good barefoot weather. Get out here and smear around. I just wanted to make a video sitting out here talking. I put a picture that I found on the internet on my Facebook page this morning. It said, I think I was born a century too late. I thought, man, that is me. That is so me. And I watched as some of y'all commented on there, you felt the same way. And I guess I'm philosophical, is how you would say that. I ask why a lot about everything, you know. Why is it this way? Why is so many of us? And I thought about my life today. I was down there picking them muscadines, and I was looking up and I'd see them big things and the sunlight shining through there. The one that was ripe was almost transparent. You just, man, you reach out there and grab that thing. The feel of it, you could tell it was soft. Man, they was just hanging everywhere. And all I had to do was just pick them, you know. I ain't had to do nothing. I pruned that vine, I don't know, a couple years ago. Last year, it didn't make a lot of fruit. And this year, there's muscadines and scuppernines there. I was picking scuppernines, actually. But the purple ones, the muscadines, didn't make much this year. Or either if they did, they way up in there, and they grew way up the tree, and I had cut all that loose. I don't know why they didn't make, but anyway, I hadn't put no lot of work in that this year. I just basically went and picked the fruit. And I couldn't help but think, in relation to that picture and the Facebook post, that, you know, that was how life was meant to be lived. That's how God designed us to live this life. To just live off the land. He said that we would have to work by the sweat of our brow to toil and work for things. I mean, you know, there's got to be effort in it. But he never intended for us to live this rat race that's going on now. I'll never believe that that's what he had intended. We literally, y'all, living in my opinion, a hell on earth. I mean, there's no peace and joy for nobody. Everybody's angry, frustrated, hates everybody else, blames everybody else for their problems and what, you know, ain't just like they want it in their life. And you know, several hundred years ago, this land was open. The Native Americans just kind of lived and eat from the land and hunted game and didn't require a lot, content. They had never been introduced to stuff, thus they were content without it. And actually when it showed up, they really didn't want it, other than they wanted the metal to make knife blades, a few things to make their way of life a little easier. They wanted the guns, but the more we introduced to them, the more they wanted. And y'all, we the same way. We sit here and think, you know, if I had more money, I could do this. If I had more money, I could go do that. And we live a fast-paced life trying to figure out how to get more money, how to work longer hours and make more money to buy more stuff. And I'm sick of stuff. I really am. I was picking them scuppernines, and I thought, you know, the wind's blowing, it feels good out here, and I could be working today, But it's just felt so good, I just said to heck with it. I could go fishing, and me and Brody probably is going to go to the pond bass fishing a little while, let him try his new rod and reel he got for his birthday. But I said, you know, the Lord put us here to enjoy some of this life, not to live a rat race, just killing ourselves for junk that winds up gave away, throwed away. It don't last long enough for what we pay for it. Even a brand new vehicle, time you get that joker paid for, most everybody's ready for a new one. I mean, my old truck's sitting right here and it needs some work, but I'm content with it. But there's very few people like me. Some of y'all are, but in my neighborhood, I can probably count on one hand the people that's driving a truck old as mine. And I wonder sometimes, why am I not sitting here chomping at the bit about I need a new truck? Y'all was talking a while ago about the price of rice. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but my wife told me, said she looked the other day and said a bag of rice was $20-something. Fortunate for us, a year ago we was at Sam's. I seen this 50-pound bag. It was like $7, $8. I was like, let's get that, put it in the buggy. And she said, we don't need that much rice. I said, put it in the buggy, we might. I mean, you can live a long time on rice. I thought about that old boy that wrote that song, The Rich Men North of Richmond, and how it went so popular. And I know all of you's heard it. Some of y'all have sent it to me in links. I've probably had 10 different people send it to me in links because they know I don't really follow music, but everybody has seen that because it has been all over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, it's everywhere. And it is a very true song. And I thought about that song and I was like, I ain't the only one that feels like I do. I think there's a lot of people that's sick of the life that we live in. Sick of the pressure, frustration. Sick of every time you think you getting ahead, there's something just knocks your feet out from under you. Can't keep up with the world. Bills is out of sight. Gas, everything. I mean, it's hard for anybody to run a business. Nobody wants to work. They want twice as much pay as what they worth. And then they don't want to do nothing but sit there and play on their phone while they're there. I mean, it's not just one place, it's everywhere. People wanting $20 an hour to flip hamburgers, make a career out of that because it don't take a lot of intelligence to do it. And I thought about Peter and John. Jesus told Peter and John and all the disciples and several others that chose not to follow him, but he said, follow me. Just follow me. Come on, let's go. We're gonna go, do the work of the Lord, my Father. We're gonna help people. Come on, follow me. And they did. And I thought about a lot of people, they start thinking they're doing the right thing, and then they get to look at life and they think, well, there's going to be a lot of glory in this, and there's going to be a lot of money. Like, where's my money, But I recall Peter and John coming out by the gate, and there was a man sitting there begging. Said he looked on them expecting to receive something. And they looked at him and said, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have give I thee. They didn't have a dollar to their name. Following Jesus, doing the best they could, broke as they could be. You're chasing the wrong thing, y'all. We are. We chasing dollars, trying to pay bills. I'm going to tell you what this video is all about. I ain't a prophet or the son of a prophet. But I'm going to tell you something. You better get what you want paid off, and paid off fast. Because we're going to look at a time when no dollar ain't going to buy nothing. You kill yourselves and be in debt up to your eyeballs and build you a new big house and all this stuff. Have at it. You're going to struggle to pay for it. Because we fixing to see hard times. The reason I comfortably say that and say that I ain't a prophet is the Bible talks about in the last days in the book of Revelations that unless you take the mark of the beast, you won't be able to buy or sell or nothing. And that means that we're going to have to go back to living like they did in the century before. We're going to go back to making do for ourselves. And I thought, that's what this channel is about. It's not a living history channel. This is not. I like Woodland Escape and several of them other channels I watch pretty regular where they dress out in all those buckskins. I like all that. It's fun to watch. It is. That ain't what I'm about here. I love black powder, but I love black powder for the reason that I can figure out how to make it for myself. But we better be gearing up, and I believe in using anything at my disposal. But you better learn how to repurpose stuff, reuse stuff, forage off the land, make your own food, grow your own garden, hunt your own food up. And that hunting business is going to be a tricky one. I know there's a lot of people, and I have said this before in other videos, a lot of people that think, well, I can hunt and live off the land. But what you going to do when everybody in your community is trying to live off the land? How many deer's in your area in walking distance? Because at some point you're not going to have fuel to drive to the deer camp, so you're going to have to hunt in proximity of where you living, where you can walk to. And that's really how life was meant to be lived. What's going to make it so hard is because everybody is going to be jolted from modern day. We got this internet, I got my phone, and when I'm looking for plants, I can Google everything and look at all kind of pictures to make sure I got it right. Y'all, you better have your information on paper somewhere. There'll probably always be internet and electricity. I don't feel like they're going to just turn it off. But you may not be able to afford to pay the bill. You think about it, if you can't drive to work, how you gonna pay your light bill? And I'm telling y'all, it's coming. People are too frustrated with the way things are. And we're going downhill at a fast pace, and Bible prophecy says there'll be the tribulation period. And I know a lot of people says, well, we're gonna leave out of here before that. I sure hope so, but I'll be honest with you, I'm a little skeptical that we leave them before all of it's over. I don't know that. I'm not giving Bible scripture for stuff. And there may be some of you that don't even believe in the Bible. I'm not trying to force it on nobody. I believe in it. I have seen it, too much of it to be true to not believe in it. But y'all, this fast-paced rat race we in, it's got to end. It's time to slow down and look around you and figure out a simpler way of living. Get out of debt. Get your junk paid. You better have a place to live paid for. A roof over your head and a spot of land paid for. Now, I don't know how we're going to pay taxes on the mess when it's said and done. That's another trick, but they're going to be hard pressed to come run off everybody off their place, because, who's going to buy it once they run you out of it for no taxes. So it's gonna be a double-edged sword. I can't foresee every problem and figure everything out. But y'all, we're living too fast to enjoy any of this. Too pressured up. Too frustrated about everything. And I'm just kind of sitting here talking. I mean, things that's just on my mind. But them old mountain men, they lived, and the Native Americans lived about as peaceful a life as I'm sure. I mean, they had hardships. Don't get me wrong. Don't let me sit here and try to make you think I thought they had just an easy life. It was hard. I mean, you live in just a teepee in ice cold weather, or just an old cabin that had cracks in the walls and it's snowing outside. I mean, you had to cut firewood whether you was too young or too old or whatever. Now I got all this firewood behind me to burn, and I've got a barrel sitting right here that I'm gonna cut the top out of, and I'm gonna rig it up before long to make my own charcoal. It's got some burnt motor oil in it right now, but it's a metal 55-gallon barrel. I'm gonna make my own charcoal in that. I got wood to burn. I can cook and heat my shed, heat my house. But in my mind right now, I know that, when I get too old for that, I can turn the electric heat on, or I can buy gas. Y'all, there's gonna come a time when we can't do that. And it's gonna be either get cold, you're gonna have somebody you can depend on to cut it for you, bring it in the house, and help you see after it. Another thing is we very, very wasteful. We're gonna have to stop that. We're creating a lot of garbage, but we don't want to have to reuse or repurpose nothing. Everybody wants to just throw it away, go buy a new one. We don't fix nothing no more. Grandpa fixed everything. But the main thing is sometimes we need to just sit down. Let everything go. Clear our heads. Because you can't think clearly when you stressed out over your checking account, your bills that's got to be paid, the orders that's got to be done, your job that's got to be and it's always people pulling you 10 different ways. I got to get this done, and I got to get that done, and I got to. Sometimes it's easier just to sit down and just say, what, the heck with it. It'll wait till tomorrow. We got more people right now on antidepressants. Drug addiction is out of sight. Alcohol addictions. Nobody's happy in their marriage. Everybody seems to be looking for somebody else. Sometimes I get so frustrated when I get on the Facebook or the internet. People just hateful for no reason. I mean, they just randomly pick somebody and just make the ugliest comments just because they don't like the way you look or the way you talk or what you posted. I don't know. It's got to change, y'all. Sometimes I really end up just sitting out here being alone. Peace and the quiet is relaxing. Listen to the chickens crow, birds chirp, crickets hollering. Anyway, I have kept y'all long enough. I just wanted to rant, ramble, and carry on. But y'all, hard times is coming. We better be set up to make it. Set up to be able to live off the land. And the bad thing about this is people like me, I can't be an island unto myself. And I'm compelled to help those around me. I can't sit here and watch other people starve to death. Even if I didn't like them, I couldn't do it. So I'm going to be doing everything I can to teach everybody around me everything I know. I mean, I can't do everything for everybody, but I feel like I got to help them. What are y'all going to do? You got a plan? I get tickled at these folks that they got this stuff for a backpack. They gonna head out. Man, ain't nobody going nowhere, y'all. And number one, 90% of people, let me say it like this, 90% of us is too fat to walk very far. I mean, I'm in fairly decent shape, but I'm not gonna pack enough stuff that I can live off of and walk much of nowhere, you know? I mean, I just ain't. And these people in a lot worse health than I am. Our survival stuff that's being taught is a fantasy. It really is. It's not even nowhere close to practical. Is there some skills you need to know? Yeah. You need to learn how to build a fire with a little or nothing. You need to learn how to make primitive fire. It's just a skill you need to know. Or either stockpile you enough lighters to last you the rest of your lifetime, or matches or something. Or once you get a fire going, you better keep it going. But you know, here it's so hot, nobody keeps a fire going year round. I mean, you'd burn up trying to keep a fire going. Look at the wood you'd have to cut. Who's gonna cut wood all summer, to cook on and stuff? So, I mean, if we ain't got no power, we're gonna have to cook on a fire during the summer. I don't know. These just thoughts that I've had. But as I thought about that post, I was born in the wrong century, a century too late. I feel like here for long we're going to be jolted back to them centuries. The Bible just says that you ain't going to be able to buy or sell or trade unless you take that mark. And I'm going to be honest with you, I ain't taking it. I don't think they're going to sneak that mark up on you. I don't think it's going to be stuck in a vaccine you take and sneak it into your skin. It ain't going to. You're going to know that you taking it. You're going to walk up and say, you know what? I'm starving to death and I need to buy some food and I got X amount of dollars in a checking account I can't access till I take that mark. I'm just going to have to take it. That's a decision you're going to make. They not going to sneak the mark of the beast onto you. You're going to well know you making allegiance to what you making allegiance to. And when you make that allegiance, that's it for you. That's why you got to prepare right now so that time comes, you're not tempted with that. That's why you don't put your faith in money. Your future's not in your money. You better have it up here. You better have skills. It's the most valuable thing you can possess aside from faith. Because we're going to need God to carry us, y'all. We're going to need Him. Let's slow down. Slow down. It's a peaceful world when you shut everything outside out. Shut them politics out. Telling y'all, I know some of y'all are sold on politics, but they ain't no president gonna show up there in Washington to save you. Not near one of them. I know some of y'all think Joe Biden's the greatest thing ever was. Some of you think Donald Trump's coming on a white horse to save you, but they not. Don't put your faith in them. I ain't saying don't vote. I ain't saying don't choose and express your right to vote and right to have influence. Do what you think's right. But Don't get so caught up in it you think any of them folks is out to save you. That's what that song that old boy wrote about. He didn't choose a side. That's about the whole bunch up there, y'all. Red, blue, I don't care which side you like, which way you vote. They ain't none of them up there that ain't crooked as a snake. Hey, I'd rather drink water from Camp Lejeune than I had listened to what them folks up there got to say and believe. I'd drink a bathtub full of it. Y'all seen them commercials, ain't you, about the water at Camp Lejeune? You know, they looking for somebody to sue. Oh, come, let's sue them together. They done paid out XX millions of dollars. Cause some checker pants lawyers looking for a free ride. Lord, y'all, shut that world out. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful what you put your faith in. Don't put your faith in that bunch of politicians up there. They not your saving grace. You better have your faith in the good Lord. Because we're going to need all the strength and the hope we can get. And we're going to have to depend on each other. As long as I can keep making videos, I'm going to do my best to help you learn how to do whatever I know. And I'm not no expert on everything. But as I learn stuff, I'm going to share it with y'all. And I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it, but I want to help people. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do it. I don't know how long that I'll be able to make videos like I've been making them. There's some things in my life that are probably fixing to change. I know y'all watch Just in Time, and you see it growing. You read through the comments, you see the hunger that's out there. God's fixing to work through me. And I don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing yet, but I feel that change. I've heard the prophecies. So anyway, we don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know what any of the future holds. I'll make videos just as long as I'm able to make them and YouTube allows me. We're going to enjoy life. We're going to dress in buckskins and have a good time and shoot black powder and hunt and fish. But a lot of it is living a life connected back to this earth. And this earth is connected to God. And the three of us together is what Spirit of Outdoors is all about. Thank y'all for sitting here and listening to me ramble on and whittle on this pine stick here for a little while. We'll see you next time. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.